for Celia Wilder!
She's a lady. Oh, 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 she's a lady.
Woo! Give me a cheer if you're drinking tonight. Yes, you are. I'm second year, I've just come into second year, and there's one thing I'm going to miss from being first year, which is like not all the same rules apply. Like in first year, the phrase eating's cheating is like a law. But like, that's just some way for people who'd rather spend money on booze rather than food to just go out on an empty stomach, get absolutely fucking wasted, and then have an excuse for all the horrific actions they've done the night before, which is amazing. It's okay if you throw up on your best mate in the back of a taxi, because eating's cheating. It's okay if when the taxi driver asks you to pay, you shout YOLO and swear in his face. Because eating's cheating. It's okay if you go home, you invite a stranger in, they piss all over your sofa, then the security guard comes in, you answer it in your knickers by accident because you don't realise, and then he says, what the fuck's going on? You say, Mum's just died. But by your mum's just died, you mean Whitney Houston's just died, and by mum you mean Idol, because you just heard it on the club, and the DJ announcing it over the beats of Sean Paul, and you know not only have you lost Whitney forever, you can never listen to Temperature ever again. So you go home, you go into your housemate's room, you put on her onesie, which is 2 sizes too small for you because she's a skinny bitch, and then you eat half a roast chicken, some coleslaw, and a raw potato, and then you wake up in the hallway in the morning in what you can only describe as dried mayonnaise, or you hope to God that it is, but it's all okay, because fucking eating is cheating. So like I said, I'm second year this year, and I'm trying to rein it in a bit, you know, bit of a hectic first year. Now when I'm at parties, I'm thinking, oh, gosh, almost 9 o'clock, better go home, get a bath and watch Darren Brown Apocalypse. That's all been... Has anyone watched that, by the way? I'm not going to give anything away, just in case you haven't watched it, but Deza, basically, gets this poor lad and decides that he's going to ruin his life and make him think there's been a zombie apocalypse, and there's this big uproar, is he an actor, is it real? And I kept on thinking, all I can think about is what I would do in that situation. And it turned into some kind of horrific Big Brother scene where it's day 16. Celia hasn't left the first room yet. After day 5, she stopped crying and then started making cave paintings with her own shit. Actually, she's drawn a really good... We thought it was a self-portrait, but it turns out to be a picture of Whitney Houston. The shading's amazing. But, yeah, so I'm trying to... What was I talking about? Regaining dignity. That's right. Yeah, I'm trying to regain my dignity this year, but there's always going to be them nights in first year that you're never going to live down. Your friends are never going to let you forget. And for me, that's the hot dog night. Now, I don't know whether any of you know this, but in the SU there used to be a hot dog stand. And you might notice it's no longer there. I don't want to say it's because of me, but it might be because of me. I came to the SU one day, and I decided that I needed a man. And I'm not very good at flirting, so I thought, who's going to be the lucky guy that I decide to test out my charms on? So I go up to the hot dog guy, and great first liner, I say, what are you selling? And he says, hot dogs. And I go, that's funny, because I don't smell any hot dogs. So he lifts up the tray where the hot dogs are, and I think I'm losing him, but don't let it faze you, Celia, you can do this, charm the pants off him. So I decided it's going to be truly seductive if I leant over, sniffed the hot dogs, nodded my head in approval that they were in fact hot dogs, and then said, that's cool, but where are your buns? To which he pointed to a ledge next to him, being silent witness, probably the best thing to do when you're faced with a crazy girl that's asking too many questions about your hot dogs. Points to the buns next to him, and I think I've lost him. I'm just going to admit failure. I'm going to leave. I just say, good job. Carry on. And then at the end of this, I like to imagine that I walked off really, really seductively, just thought, you're lost. But I probably did something along the lines of the run from Phoebe, like from Friends, that she done. The run that I do through Bede Park when it's late at night, like, no! If you do that, honestly, no one messes with you. Because you're too cool. So I drowned my sorrows at the bar, and I had a few too many vodkas, and I thought, no, I'm not going to give up. I want one of those meat batons, and I'm going to get it. So I went over to the hot dog stand. The guy had left by this point, probably had some kind of mental breakdown. I purchased a hot dog. I said, thank you very much, and I walked back onto the dance floor, at which point I could only describe myself as some kind of Bambi on Malibu and Coke on the floor, at which I started to fall over. I knew it was inevitable, so I did what any normal person would do. I tucked my arms into my chest to protect the hot dog, and then I let my face take the impact. Obviously. So I face planted the floor. My friends ran over to help me up, and before they could help me up, I was just screaming, "Take the hot dog! Take it!" So they've taken the hot dog. They sat me back down. They made sure I was okay. And I looked at my hot dog, slightly crushed, where I'd been protecting the meat baton. The napkin had got mixed into the bread, the sausage, the tomato sauce. And I ate that fucker anyway. All right, have a good night, guys. See you later.
She's a lady.